knew that there was going to be all this Motown music, and we talked about it, but when you're shooting, it's not playing because the sound man wants to get a clean track, just the dialogue. And we were always told, now speak up, because remember, there'll be music playing, so you're going to be speaking above the music, so we had to pretend there was music playing, so we'd talk a little louder over the music that wasn't there. Just climb in there regular, okay?
When Kevin and Tom Berenger go off to buy the Chinese food, they did not know what music they'd be listening to. I think it wound up being a Creedence Clearwater song.
Listen to those guys. God damn.
But he has to refer to the music.
Like, yeah, you know, you can like tap on the steering wheel and go, and you know, you're really grooving. And I go, well, could we choose a song so I can do it maybe in time to the song? We'll add it in later. It's a rock group, a Motown group. Just shut up. Just do it. Listen to those guys. God damn.
We had a group of songs that we knew that we're going to be choosing from.
I know you want to leave me. I refuse to let you go.
And in fact, we knew in the case of Ain't You Proud to Beg, which they dance to as they're cleaning up their dinner, we had that song, we had the rights, and we knew that we could use it.
A lot of movies, when you're doing a dance scene or a musical scene, they will just play a moment of the music, and then they cut it off, and you have to pretend like you can hear it in your ear and just sort of imagine, you know, and you've got the rhythm going in your brain, but it's just not the same as actually hearing the music. So we were fortunate to have these little earplugs that we put inside our ears, which actually played back the music, so we really had the actual tune to dance to. And also, if people, you know, don't have a good memory, then someone's dancing to one rhythm and someone else is dancing to another, and it's clear that everything's not in sync.
We all had these earwigs because we had to sing along, and there was dialogue, so we couldn't actually have music playing, so we all had to have these things sort of implanted in our ears so we could all hear the music, but the microphones that were picking up the dialogue couldn't hear it. I know you want to leave me. Go.
Ain't you proud to please, baby, baby? Ain't you?
Boom, boom, boom.
My man.
Man. No.
It was very ironic to me that in that one scene when we're all dancing in the kitchen, that I was the one who felt most insecure about dancing, and it was my bottom that he filmed. You know, it's like everyone else. Mary Kay Place is a fantastic dancer. She's a great swing dancer. She's, you know, and it was just, you know, he focused on me, and I thought, oh my gosh. But, you know, you just had to kind of go with it.
It was a difficult sequence to choreograph, just to give everybody something to do in the kitchen that made some kind of sense. But it's probably the most famous sequence in the movie. It related to a lot of people. The mixture of being with friends, doing these very simple, mundane chores, and this music which seemed to have been the music of a whole generation. It all came together in a very powerful way, even though there's nothing particularly great about the way we shot the sequence. It was just one of those good ideas.
I can't keep my eyes open. I don't want to go to bed, but I think I'm going to have to.
You really don't want to?
But I gotta.
But you don't want to? Come with me.
I think the scene that for me was kind of a tiny, weeny little breakthrough scene was when I'm high on coke in bed with Kevin, and I didn't know what to do because I didn't know coke. You know, I had never done coke. So those that had were trying to kind of coach me, but you know, it's something hard. And then I came up with just wiggling my foot, and just that one little tiny action said it all. And you know, you kind of feel triumphant when you've discovered something like that. And you feel so lost and like I'm in the wrong career if you haven't found it. And so that was a little tiny triumph for me.
How can you go to sleep? I'm not even tired.
They had to find some way of shooting the kitchen to deal with that time-lapse idea. So I remember they simply kept the camera in the same place and then would shoot another vignette and another vignette and another vignette.
So you just fell asleep? That's what I just said, didn't I? Didn't I just say that?
About 5 times.
The camera was bolted down with 2x4s in the doorway.
I believe that's something Larry wanted to do from the very beginning, was to find a locked-off camera like that. He wanted to indicate the humor involved and how they all get up at different times. So each character in turn essentially walks on stage. It was a very theatrical device. Walks on stage, has his or her moment, and we see them in a kind of a sort of a naked truth. And yet it's very funny. The action was all blocked first, and then we kind of found the angle that would incorporate it without having to move the camera.
Are we the first ones up?